power. And Canelo is a guy that has power, but is constantly working on it. There's a great clip of him working with Andy Ruiz. And they're, you know that shield, that weird hand shield that they hold up?
When you hold.
For hooks.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is not for speed. This is just power. Just power. He's like, don't try to be fast with this. Just power. And you see him just, hey, boom, hey, boom.
It's different. Yeah, Canelo using single punch. Yeah, he put full his energy and he punched once, and it's hurt also.
Canelo is expected to beat Crawford. Many boxing analysts believe Crawford isn't yet prepared for the kind of power Canelo brings. Russian boxer Dmitry Bivol, who once fought Canelo, broke it down well. Canelo's strength isn't just about hitting hard. It's about how he lands his punches, his sharp timing, and how smart he fights. His shots are clean, damaging, and slowly wear opponents down.
I could compare like with the Canelo, yeah? He put all his energy, all his power on single punch. And yeah, maybe single punch sometimes he's harder, Canelo, yeah, than Better Beef. Because Better Beef didn't do like, yeah, Better Beef was more like close and compact. Yeah, but if you ask them, let's do like 5 punches, yeah, Better Beef, every punch will be hard. With Canelo, maybe first hard and then not. Both of them are strong, but Better Beef is bigger and he born strong.
Edgar Berlanga spoke honestly after facing Canelo. He didn't hold anything back when talking about how dangerous Canelo's punches are up close. Berlanga highlighted the speed and explosiveness behind every shot, saying that Canelo's power can flip a fight in an instant.
I'll say he is the hardest, for sure. One of the fighters that hit very hard was Angulo. You know, he's a Cuban guy, and he punched very hard too. So I'll say both of them are like the same, but, you know, with Canelo, I was just mentally ready for his shots. You know, I already told myself, I know I'm gonna get hit. I know I'm gonna get hit on my chin, but it's, you know, I gotta bite down on my mouthpiece and push. You know, and look what happened in the third round. I got hit with a left hook. We practicing in camp the whole time, you know, keeping my right hand to my chin, and I wound up just moving, and he connected right on my chin. And you see how I punched my glove. You know, that's like a thing for me when I, you know, my last time when I got dropped, I was punching my gloves. 'Cause I'm like, damn, I got hit with a shot. I'm not supposed to be on the floor. But, you know, it comes to boxing. You know, the grades done got dropped.
Boxing icon Bernard Hopkins spoke up and made a bold but undeniable point.
That fight, as you say.
I always say, as my quote from the history of boxing, a good big man will always be a good little man.
Yeah.
So I'm going with the big man.
Hopkins has been through every kind of fight, you name it, he's done it. And he still sticks to one old school rule. Size matters. When the debate heated up, Julio Cesar Chavez jumped in, and things got even more intense. He didn't just disagree. He made it crystal clear that size plays a major role. That's when the conversation got serious.
Se me hace una pelea muy dispareja, ¿me entiendes? Una pelea... mira, Crawford es un gran peleador, ¿me entiendes? Eso nadie lo duda y todo el mundo lo sabemos. Pero en su peso, ¿me entiendes? Ya subir 3 divisiones es ir por el dinero, ¿me entiendes? De que le va a dar pelea, Canelo le va a dar pelea, pero de que le va a ganar, no hay por dónde.
I think Canelo has a very good punch, and he's used to knocking out bigger guys, naturally bigger guys. He's coming from 200. Crawford's coming from, what, 54? Yeah. It's 2 weight classes. And sometimes putting on that weight, it depends how you put on that weight too, man. Because you could put on that weight and get tired. And your body ain't used to carrying that much weight around. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see, you know what I'm saying? I'm leaning more towards
Canelo's strength and size are already big concerns for Crawford. Lonnie B added that weight might still be Crawford's biggest hurdle. Tensions were high already. Then Demetrius Andrade added more fuel to the fire. Though he supports Crawford, he's not betting on.
My opinion is my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think Crawford can beat Canelo. But still, do I think he can give him a good fight? And I'll be sitting there rooting for Crawford all day. I'll put all my money. I'm always going to bet on black, always. But in reality of it, I just think Canelo knows how to fight. He knows how to come in big, and he can throw hard shots. He's a technical guy too.
Andrade didn't sugarcoat it. He likes Crawford, but doesn't believe he has enough to pull off the upset. Andrade pointed out that Canelo's mix of size, strength, and ring IQ gives him the edge. He even brought up how much heat he brought in the Charlo fight to back up what he was saying.
When it comes to weight and power, man, that shit is real, you know? And then skills too, skill level too. Like Canelo's not no pushover. Look what he did to the little girl Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Like Charlo, big bad wolf, and he ran the whole night off of a couple of hooks. Like Canelo threw a couple of hooks and he just ran all night. It's like, where's that? You know, let's fight. I think Crawford has the skills, but when it comes to start getting shots and blocking them power shots, and Canelo knows how to move too. He has agility. It's not like a robot. I mean, it's going to be tough.
This isn't just about jumping weight. It's about pure power and the ability to break someone mentally. Canelo isn't just strong, he breaks fighters down. Andrade saw what happened to Charlo and doesn't believe Crawford can survive that kind of assault. It's not about talent, it's about whether he can withstand that punishment. Andrade sees it being one-sided. Chavez doesn't see Crawford winning either. He's watched too much boxing to think otherwise.
Honest opinion is I think he's going to be too small. Canelo is still Canelo, I think Crawford is probably number one pound for pound. But what pound for pound means if they were all in the same weight class. They are not in the same weight class. I mean, 147 to, he just moved up, right? I can still say he just moved up from 147 to 168. There are weight classes for a reason. Now, if they were in the same weight class, then it's a different story. It'll be a way more competitive fight, but they're not. You know what I mean? So I think Canelo's gonna win.
To Virgil Ortiz, this fight isn't just about skills. It's about strength and survival. Ortiz respects Crawford's talent, but says weight classes exist for a reason. At 168, Canelo has the edge. He's stronger, smarter, and more experienced. Jumping from 147 to 168 is a huge risk. Most fighters don't come back from that kind of leap. Then came Jim Lampley with his usual sharp break.
Canelo's smart. Absolutely, he's smart. He knows this business as well as anybody. So no, it's not surprising that Canelo learned from Floyd and has employed some of that in the retention of his career. Canelo still knows how to make fireworks when he absolutely has to make fireworks. But at the end of the day, he's a counterpuncher. He's a great defender. He has the most solid punch resistance of anybody in the sport. Nobody's ever knocked him off balance. Nobody's ever really knocked him down. There's only one official knockdown in his career, and it was because he bounced off the ropes when Jose Cotto hit him with a hard shot to the chest. And the referee employed a strict interpretation of the rules and said, oh, the ropes held you up, so that's a knockdown. He's never been put on his back by anybody. He rides horseback every morning. His legs are the strongest in the sport. You're not going to beat Canelo until somehow over a long period of time Canelo beats himself.
This wasn't just hype, it was a thoughtful breakdown of why Canelo is so effective. Lampley praised Canelo's fight IQ, solid chin, and smart aggression. He pointed out how much Canelo improved since his loss to Mayweather and how he's now a polished, precise fighter. But Lampley also talked about Canelo's mindset.
Gets tired of all the discipline he has had to employ to make all the money he's made. If he has enough giant ranches in the Yucatan, if he has enough beautiful horses, if he has had enough unforgettable dinners with Mexican billionaires in Mexico City and Vegas, then maybe. But my guess is he will retire without incurring another loss because it's important to him to do that. I do like him against Bud Crawford, but I do think that it's a great fight. Now, I could change my mind when we get closer. Bud Crawford, to me, is a latter-day Sugar Ray Robinson. He has the multiple skills of Sugar Ray Robinson. He can defend or attack. He has a deep inner mean streak that he can employ at any moment in a fight to get what he wants.
Compared Crawford to one of the greats to show how special his skill set is. Lampley called Crawford calm, smart, and deadly when it counts. He talked about a fighter who stays cool until it's time to strike. Then Joe Rogan and Mike Tyson stepped in, mixing excitement with raw honesty.
What do you think of Crawford Canelo?
I love it.
Do you?
Yeah, I love that.
See, I don't.
Crawford wants to do it.
I don't love it.
Why?
I think it's Crawford's last fight, so I'm happy he's gonna cash out, and I'm rooting for him. But I would like to see him stay at 54 and fight Virgil Ortiz.
I'd like to see that too,
Yeah.
but the big money is Canelo.
I know.
And why not do it? I mean, what a ballsy move. You go 47 to 54 and you go right up to 68. That's crazy, because he's really not even at 54.
No.
He's taken the fight at 54. He took Majumov because it was a big fight.
Yeah.
Wins another world title.
Fight isn't just about gaining weight. It's about risking everything, chasing legacy, and going for a huge payday. Jumping straight from 147 to 168 without stopping at 154 is dangerous, maybe even career-ending. Joe Rogan gave Crawford credit for being brave, but also questioned if it's worth it. Even
Crawford's one of the best switch hitters, I think, since Marvin Hagler, and one of the most skillful boxers alive. And then you have Canelo, who probably isn't the same guy as he was just like a few years ago.
Right.
But still one of the greatest of all time, still has brutal knockout power. You know, I mean, if you go back to like some of his, you know, like more impressive fights from a few years ago, like the Amir Khan KO, you know, like the Billy Joe Saunders KO, like those KO, like he's probably not that guy anymore.
Yeah.
But he's still young enough that he's still like pretty close to his prime and one of the best of all.
this wasn't just about remembering past fights. It was about what Canelo still brings today. Joe Rogan showed respect for Crawford's skills, but once the topic turned to Canelo's power, the mood shifted. From knocking out Amir Khan to that brutal uppercut on Billy Joe Saunders, those moments still loom large.
If I have to pick, if I had to pick, I'll put Canelo, just because of the weight disparity. You know, it's tough moving up that many weight classes, but if anybody could do it, it'll be Terence Crawford. You know, he's talented. He's a great fighter. He does everything well. He adjusts well. He has the mindset. Canelo's gonna come prepared. I think he's gonna be totally motivated for this fight. I think you're gonna see like a great Canelo. I think you're gonna see a great Crawford. He's trying to test himself to be the greatest. Like, I mean, if he wins this fight, I mean, he enters that GOAT conversation.
Shy One Davis knows exactly what Canelo brings, and it's not just a jump in weight. He respects Crawford, but kept it real. A focused Canelo is a real problem. Davis thinks Canelo will come in quicker, stronger, and mentally locked in. He reminded everyone again why.
I don't like getting too much into that. Right. Weight class is there for a reason. And when you're lighter, you can do different things. When you're heavier, you can do different things. With weight classes come different tools that you can use. Heavyweights use more of their body weight. They can use their long reach for certain different things when they're fighting smaller heavyweights. You got guys in small weight classes, they can run off combinations. You can't really say would Chocolito be as great of a combination puncher in super middleweight? Probably not.
He said it plainly. Size matters. Moving up in weight adds reach, strength, and more tools. Davis stressed that what works at 147 doesn't always translate at 168. Then Juan Manuel Marquez entered the conversation, calm and sure, fully backing Canelo.
Canelo Alvarez is a good fighter. He's a good fighter. He defends his titles against William School. William School is a good fighter, but I think the experience, the power, Canelo has everything.
Marquez sees the qualities of a true champion in Canelo. He praised Canelo's power, experience, and how he's handled tough opponents like William Skull. For Marquez, this isn't just another title fight, it's a statement. He feels Crawford might not be...
I don't like the fight because Terence Crawford is a good fighter, but in the sport of boxing, it has divisions. You know what I mean? You know?
Right, weight classes.
You know what?
Right?
Yeah, weight classes
for a reason.
Weight classes for And Terence Crawford is a good fighter in super lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight, but I think more. I remember when Terence Crawford fought with Madrimo.
Yes.
He looks slow. He looks with no power. And three more divisions, two more divisions. I think it's a top fight for Terence Crawford, but Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He has a great defense. He has a good combination punches, but I think the weight class is no good for him.
Marquez did give Crawford credit: sharp skills, great defense, quick hands, but said that might not hold up at 168. He's watched Crawford struggle with bigger fighters before. With doubts around Crawford's speed and power at a higher weight, Marquez thinks this jump might be too much. Then Roy Jones...
I pay no attention to the pushing and shoving. I pay no attention to the weight factor. What I pay attention to is the skill level that both guys show in and out of the ring. And what I'm seeing is I see a hungry Crawford, a Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity, and really ready to grab the opportunity.
Roy didn't care for hype. What stood out to him was Crawford's hunger, the drive to create a legacy, not just get wins. But Roy was clear, wanting it isn't enough at this level. He pointed to what makes Canelo such a big threat.
When you know how to box, when you're as skillful as Terence Crawford is, weight don't really matter much. Only thing that matters with the weight is can you take the punch. And I'm sure you've been sparring with super middles and light heavies, so I'm sure you probably can take the punch. So that's the only thing when you got skill. Now, if you don't have skill, you can't take the weight, take it up, because you're gonna lose your punch, you're gonna lose everything. But when you got skill, all your stuff that you have goes up with you. You talk to the GOAT. I went out with a heavyweight.
Roy broke it down like only he can. Most people see weight as just numbers, but Roy knows that real skill carries over. He's done it. But this wasn't just about admiring Crawford, it was a caution. Canelo's power isn't just from size, it's in his timing, precision, and experience. If Crawford can't handle that even once, his talent may not be enough. That's the real risk. Lonnie came in with a harsh truth that many ignore.
See, that's different. You can't really judge because you just hear the push. You can't really judge it by that because he couldn't stop Macronov from coming at him, and he's a 54-pounder. So it's different when you're getting punched on and you got somebody that's really trying to hurt you. It's a different ball game. It's a different ball game. I was at the Sean Porter fight, and Sean Porter was giving Terence Crawford hell. Granted, he stopped him, but he was giving Terence Crawford hell.
What happens when Crawford faces someone who won't back down? Someone aggressive and powerful? That's Canelo. He's not just tough, he's mean and nonstop. Then Lonnie gave fans a dose of reality.
Canelo's gonna be more composed, a lot harder. See, Canelo's a lot harder to hit than people think. He's a lot harder to hit than people think, and I think he got enough experience to run Terence Crawford into something. Terence Crawford's heart is too big sometimes, and he get hit. I think he can afford to get hit with Canelo. I think Canelo has a very good punch, and he used to knocking out bigger guys, naturally bigger guys. He's coming from 200.
Canelo isn't just strong, he's smart, patient, and lethal. He doesn't waste punches, he waits for the perfect shot. Crawford's heart and toughness could actually work against him. Against someone like Canelo, one clean punch is all it takes. Then Lonnie took it even further.
Crawford is a great fighter. He boxes. He boxes extremely well. I don't think he boxes as good as Mayweather. As far as the defensive and offense together, I think Crawford gets hit a little bit too much sometimes. I just think with Canelo, he can't afford to do that. If I had to pick and predict the way the fight gonna go, I got Crawford probably outboxing him for the first 5-6 rounds. And then after that, it's interesting to see what's gonna happen. I think if he catch Crawford, it's gonna be a tough night.
He wasn't just making a guess, he was sending a warning. This wasn't theory, it was a real look at what could happen. A pressure-heavy fighter like Crawford facing a calm, ruthless vet like Canelo could go badly. Lonnie admitted Crawford may look good early on, but as the rounds pile up, the danger increases. That's when Canelo finds his moment. That's when one mistake can end the fight. Canelo doesn't rush, he waits, and then strikes hard. This whole Canelo versus Crawford talk has sparked huge arguments, strong opinions, and deep analysis from boxing's best. After hearing it all, one thing is clear. Canelo is not your usual opponent. He's powerful, patient, and has been through wars. He can take punishment and keep going. Crawford may impress early with his speed and slickness, but the real test begins after round 6, when Canelo's pressure and body shots start adding up. If Crawford tries to stand and trade late, things could get ugly. So, the question remains, can Crawford take the pressure and power for a full 12 rounds? Will his speed and movement be enough? Or will Canelo's strength and smarts prove too much? Can Crawford survive the storm and still win?